Russian government insists it is not at war with Ukraine, which is being used by the West to settle scores with Russia. This is the position of the Deputy Chair of the Federation Council Committee on Foreign Affairs, Klimov Andrey, who held a virtual meeting briefing with journalists around the world, including TVC News. He says the West is using Ukraine against Russia in defiance of the Minsk agreement. And our Foreign Affairs correspondent, Muyo Thomas, reports.
It's been over 50 days since Russia began its assault on Ukraine. Thousands of lives have been lost and over 2 million forced to leave Ukraine as refugees. The war is still an international concern, but efforts at intervention by international organizations who maintain peace around the world have not yielded much results. Against reports by credible media organizations that Russia is shooting into residential areas and targeting children and women, Russia is standing by its initial response that it only targets Ukraine's military bases. A media briefing by Russia's Deputy Chair of Council of Committee on Foreign Affairs, when asked what it will take to end the war, insists that Russia is not at war with Ukraine. He stresses that his country is only carrying out a military operation backed by UN's Charter of Self-Defense with the aim of protecting Russia and the world.
There is a conflict. This is the conflict between the West, who initiated this, and Russia. But the conflict is using the Ukraine's territory, and the Ukraine is now subject to these Western anti-Russian projects.
The deputy chair talks tough on what could happen in the world if the West does not back down on its continuous attempt to fight Russia, warning that his country has enough capacity to fight the West.
It's a suicide club. As soon as a country joins NATO, it enters a suicide club. I don't want to scare anyone with the numbers, but please believe me, we have in multiples more of this type of weapons to stop any aggressor or all of them together.
Economic watchers predict that one of the effects of the Russian-Ukraine war will be famine, as Russia is one of the highest exporters of cereal around the world. Africa, especially Nigeria, is already feeling the effect as it imports wheat from Russia. Food insecurity in the northeast of Nigeria is adduced to the war. Klimov Andrey assures that Russia will always be ready to support Africa in avoiding food insecurity and impending famine once the channel for export is available. Experts are worried about the war with Ukraine degenerating into a world war and believe that the actions of Russia shows the country is prepared to take this war further. Muyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.